You ready to subitize? Here we go. All right, we want to get to 7. 7's our value, our total. One more. What's the missing value? 0. That's right. We can't forget that 0 has a value too. So boys and girls, we just finished up with Miss Ramsey teaching us about our clock, which was in 1st grade, and that was great. And I loved the schedule she made for us. We're going to try to use a schedule too, not today, because you guys have got some serious stuff going on. So I'm going to try something. I hope I don't knock everything over, because Miss Street will feel terrible. Okay. So I don't know that I can sit with this one. I was going to try to, but I want to just review what we talked about yesterday. And our standard is behind us, 2.MD.7, tell and write time using analog and digital clocks to the nearest 5 minutes. Then you guys also have to talk about, is it AM or PM? Like, is it in the morning or the afternoon and night? And Miss Taylor and Miss Carter helped us out with that too. So Miss Street right now wants to talk to you about what we did yesterday. Again, I just went off Miss Ramsey with the eggs, and inside of each egg we had 5 minutes to get to the next number on our clock. Analog clocks are hard, so let's look at that. So we've got 5 minutes in between, 5 minutes, and I really tried to set it up so you could be sure and see the 5 minutes. There's a lot going on within each of these 5 minutes. Did you know there's 60 seconds before the minute hand can even move one time? Let's pretend it's right here, okay? So this is 1 minute. Before it could even get there, it had to be 60 seconds. So I'm going to let you see or feel what 60 seconds feels like. And go. That was 60 seconds, and that means that our minute hand can move over 1 Cheerio. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Holy smokes, that felt like it took forever. And then we hear people say time flies. It does when you're having fun. That's true. Like Miss Street, that 60 seconds, that 1 minute there, that was a lot of seconds for Miss Street to sit here and wait. But by the time I teach you this lesson, before I know it, 15 minutes are gone. Poof! Like, what happened? Very cool. So did you know that in between each number on the clock, when we're talking about the minutes, that we have to say 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60 seconds? It's a true story. Yeah. I think I might have said that wrong. But anyway, there's lots of seconds in between 12 and 1. And we're not even talking about seconds. That's the space that's between the minutes. Holy smokes. I know, right? I'm telling you guys, this is serious. But I just wanted you to know that. So if you really love math and you're really digging analog clocks and you're making your own clock, that's something important you need to know. That if we zoomed in between each Cheerio, there's 60 seconds. And we saw how long that took, right? And then after that, the minute hand will change. So it has to do 60 seconds 5 times before you can even get from here to here. Has anybody already added that up? You can comment how many it is. So when second graders tell time, they have to tell time by the hour, but within 5-minute increments. So again, we can count, and Miss Ramsey did a great job with this. This is 5 minutes, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and we know that 30 also means half past, right? 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then there's 60 minutes. So there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. There's 60 minutes in 1 hour. And you don't have to know that about seconds, but I just wanted to throw that in there in case you were really interested. So we always have to watch this guy too. This guy right here can be tricky, and this is the hour hand. So Miss Street's second grade session started at 11:30 or half past 11. And we're making connections too to our geometry, where we took a circle and we divided it or partitioned it in half. You remember doing that? We can do half this way. We can also do half this way, but we'll talk about that later. But we know that half past an hour is 30 minutes, and that's what Miss Ramsey's been talking about. But this guy right here, hour hand, he's moving too, but he's moving much slower than the minute hand. The minute hand, even though it takes 60 seconds for it to just move one Cheerio over, it's still moving way faster than this guy. This guy is like snail paced. Like, it reminds me of Dory when Dory speaks well on Finding Nemo. And she talks like this to the whale. And the whale understands her. I do too. Anywho, so we have to watch this guy. So we have to notice that when our analog clock is moving, let's say Miss Ramsey started at 11 o'clock. Yeah, Miss Street can do this. She started at 11 o'clock. Her lesson started at 11. So as she's moving around, the minute hand's moving, but that hour hand is moving too. But it's moving much slower than the minute hand. I hope I said that right and not backwards. So when we get to half past 11, we would notice that our hour hand is halfway between the 11 hour and the 12 hour. And this can be very tricky for you guys second graders, so watch up. I just want you to know. So, for instance, if we said show me 11 or show me 10:55, if I were to do that, I know that 55 is right here because this is 60 and I can just go back. So if I wanted to show you 10:55, this minute or the hour hand is going to be really, really, really close to the 11 o'clock hour because it only has 5 more minutes before it goes up to 12, and then it would be 11. So a lot of times, second graders, when you guys are asked questions about clocks, it's a true story. It's hard, and you have to really watch this guy right here. Where is he? Is he He looks like he's pointing at the 11, but it's really just 10:55. It's not to the 11 yet, but it looks like it. So that's something we're going to practice a lot of. Real quick, I want to show you my number line, and I think this will help us too when we're talking about our time. So, and it goes to also show, ooh, Miss Street could do this. It also goes to show that how many minutes it is to even move one space on the hour, okay? And then I also drew two number lines so you could see AM and then PM, okay? AM and PM. So if I moved, let's say it's 11 o'clock, and if I were going to write that, sorry, let me get that pointed to the correct numeral. So I would have my 0 here for 11 o'clock, but I don't. It's okay. So let's say I want to move to 5 minutes, okay? So between 12 and 1, I've got my 5 Cheerios. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that will be at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 1 o'clock. Excuse me. We're at 11:05. So, and then from the 1 to the 2, there's 5 more minutes. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. Okay. Then from 2 to 3, I'm going 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 15. So now it's 11:15, but remember my hour hand is moving very slowly because as the minute hand goes around, the hour is becoming up to the next hour. So we started at 11, then we're going to get up to 12. So I want to show you, I still have a few minutes, which is like a lot of seconds, but it really goes by fast. It's crazy. So from 3 to 4, I've got to go 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 20, so we say 5, 10, 15, 20. I went those 5 minutes and watch that hour hand. It's moving slow. Then from 4 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 25 minutes. Watch that minute hand. And then from 5 to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know that's half past. We know that's 30 minutes. So then our hour hand is going to show that it's halfway between, meaning 2 equal parts, halfway between the 11 and the 12. That tells us it's half past, okay? So to go on around the hour, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 35 minutes. I'm going to go 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 40 minutes. I'm going to go 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 45 minutes. Now watch this hour hand. It's getting close to the 12. Do you see how confusing that can be? Somebody might want to say, well, it's 12:45. But it's not really all the way to the 12 just yet. So we've got to really watch that, guys. Let's go 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50. Moving a little bit more. So that is 11:50. 11:50. Then we're going to go 5 more. 11:55. So what time is it here? It's not 12:55. It's still 11:55. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're at 60, but that's also, like Miss Ramsey said, the O clock. So watch this. So now it's here, and the minute hand's here, and they're on top of each other. Miss Street is using straws, so I can't really make them stay unless I taped them, but I'm not going to do that. But I want you guys to see, we went all the way around this clock from 11 a.m. here to 12 p.m. So it took us this whole number line, as many times as I did that, and I didn't even do it in the correct increments of time. We only moved this much right here. And that's just one part of the 24 hours in a day. Miss Street needs to take a nap. That was a lot. Just kidding. I'll be back with 3rd grade. We're still going to use our clock to help us with our fractions and try to help tie that together. So I hope I helped you guys. Again, tomorrow, 2nd graders, we're going to be right here. We're going to keep at it because this is very, very hard. And you need to know these skills because like Miss Ramsey talked about, it's important to know how to tell time for your job, for eating, for anything you plan. If you have a ball game, you need to know how to tell time with analog clock, okay? Love you guys. See you tomorrow.